Watching a special edition of Q&A with JMR. I hope you enjoy the content. Howdy, this is JR from JMR Motivation. I want to welcome you today to Life Coaching Workshop with JMR. This will be my first installment. Today, we're going to be going over 4 easy steps to self improvement that you can start today. All right, I got my coffee. I'm sit back. I'm relaxed. It's a nice Sunday afternoon. I'm at work alone. So, hi, it's just you and me, and let's delve right into it. Okay, so today we're going to be going over the 4 easy steps to self-improvement. It's going to be step 1, accept your shortcomings. 2, nurture your strengths. 3, take advantage of your gifts. And finally, you're going to do some self-reflection. All right, let's move into it. You know, as humans, we all have limitations, but there's a difference between actual limitations and perceived limitations. Actual limitations are limitations that may actually, in reality, prevent us from producing strong results in a particular endeavor. An example of this can be you don't meet the minimum requirements to join the military. Okay, that's a actual limitation. You know, you want to join the police force, but you're not physically able because you have some type of disability or something. Or you don't have the capital to start a business. You monetarily cannot support being able to invest the money that it takes to start your business. Okay. Moving on to perceived limitations. Perceived limitations are those things that either you, an outside observer, or popular culture deems are limiting factors for attaining success in a particular endeavor. An example of this may be, oh, you're too short to play in the NBA or the NFL, or you don't have what it takes to be a good salesman. These are very vague statements they're really a matter of perception rather than being based in fact. Okay, um, you want to be realistic as to whether something is actually attainable or is it a pipe dream. Okay, but never sell yourself short. You know, too often I see people out there trying to sell themselves short and telling themselves they can't do something because somebody else is telling them that they can, or they believe that they can't. I'll tell you right now, if you believe that you can't, you've already sold yourself that you're not never going to be able to accomplish that. So you can achieve higher goals than you ever thought was possible, so long as you do your homework, you put in the hard work, and most importantly, you don't give up. All right. All right. Both type of limitations, whether actual or perceived, can be overcome by determining what's necessary to overcome these limitations. Okay. Now let's think about something. Someone is telling you that you're not smart enough to start a business, or you're too short to play professional sports in the NBA or the NFL. Right? Do you think Spud Webb, Darren Sproles, they let them that hold them back from playing? Right? Do you think Kyler Murray listened when they said he'd never play quarterback in the NFL? No, right? They put their head and their heart into it, their soul. They trained every day and they worked harder than the best in the sport so that they can compete at a high level. All right, you got to have that type of mindset to say, hey, you know what? This is something that I can do. Again, I'm going to say, don't let anybody sell you short. If you feel like you can do something and you don't have something that's actually limiting you from being able to accomplish said action, go out there and do it. Don't let anybody hate on you and hold you back. All right. All right. Moving on to nurturing your strengths. All right. Figure out what you're good at and find out what you're not good at. If you want to succeed at something, you need to learn the actual skills to be successful. Okay. Uh, Got to go through trial and error, eliminate mistakes, master the skills needed for the task at hand. Become a creature of habit. If you're trying to become financially independent and you got bad spending habits, okay? Train yourself to save more money. Make it a habit to put a little bit away from each check, or have it automatically disappear from your check automatically that go into an ETF or an IRA or something that's going to have your money making more money for you. Okay. Um, get away from the myth of you just have to have your money in a savings account to save, because more than likely you're going to deposit your money into that bank, and that bank is going to use your money to invest and then give you back fractions of a penny back on the dollar. So it's better to have your own money working for itself. All right. When you find something you're good at, focus at honing that skill. If you're organized, use that to your advantage. Take the time to organize your thoughts and develop a plan for where you want to be. Okay? Visualize the goal. Visualize where you want to be. Set a goal and work backwards from that goal on what you need to accomplish to get there. Okay? Let's say your plan is to open a mobile pet grooming business. All right? Now you have your goal. What's next? Okay? You need a vehicle to wash the pets. You need a water source. You need supplies. Oh, and you need the money to get it, all the things that you need, right? So, okay, how are we going to get the money now? Well, I don't have the capital to start this company, so what do I need? Maybe I need to get the loan. Maybe I need to save up the money that I need to do. Okay, what is the bank gonna need in order for me to give me the best possible chance of getting approved for the loan? You see, finding out that you're organized gave you an opportunity to make a good plan to get where you needed to be successful at this particular task. Okay, so if you're good at organization and that's the task that you're good at, this is what led you to that point. All right, so make a plan, attack it, get to it. The point is, we're all good at something, okay, and we're not so good at other things. Nurture your strengths and capitalize on them. Continue to work at the things that you're good at, and you have to work on the things that you're not so good at as well, and turn those things that you may not be so good at and turn them into strengths over time. All right. All right, taking advantage of your gifts. I want to talk about natural gifts. This is something that we're all gifted at, or that we pretty much everybody has their own thing that they're gifted at, something that we're good at. Okay, for some of us that's being physically gifted. Okay, we're strong, we're fast, we're agile, etc. Okay, for some of us we're intellectual. We're gifted at solving problems, at anticipating things. For some of us, we have a gift of gab, and we can command an audience. All right, somebody that can sell you half an eaten sandwich, and you're like, oh yeah, here, take my money. My point is this: if you have a gift that's something that you are good at and that you're great at, okay, it takes little or no effort because it's part of who you are. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what the haters say. Oh, you have, bad attitude, you're too cocky, you're too arrogant, or whatever. You know what? If it's your gift and you're able to use it, use it. All right. There's no point in trying to be something that you're not, right? Just be yourself and do what comes to you naturally. Um, Review and refine constantly, okay? Self-evaluation and reflection, okay? This is probably one of the biggest things that I harp on to most of the people I talk with, okay? You got to be able to self-reflect. You got to be able to look inward, look at yourself, look at your strengths, look at your flaws, and you got to be able to analyze those things. One of the hardest things for people to do is to be critical of themselves. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that people don't beat themselves up, but I mean really critical of their shortcomings in a way that allows them to see something about themselves that's not working, or that's limiting their progress, and allows them to change that habit, or that personality trait or that action that's preventing them from moving forward with a goal. Self-reflection is to me one of the most important tools in progress. Uh, when we're able to stop and look at the things that we are saying, that we're doing, that we're acting on, that are preventing us from getting to where we want to be and improving the relationships in our lives. Um, I used to think that everyone around me was out to get me, and that nobody wanted to see me succeed. Um, that's really honestly not the truth. Those are our own insecurities kind of eating at us, and insecurity is a real thing. I'm not saying that, they're just so easily. able to just deal with. But you have to learn how to silence that part of your mind, okay? That self doubt, and then move forward. I started looking at things in my life that I was doing that were getting me passed over for promotion, or preventing me from being able to pay my bills, um, or estranging the relationships in my life. You see, only through critical self-reflection did I really start to notice that those things in my life that I can control, there are things in my life that I can control, and then there's things in my life that I can't control. All right. Um, by focusing my energy on those things that I can control, I began to break away from the habits and the actions that were preventing me from moving forward. You see, no matter how bad someone wants to hold you back from moving forward, nobody in this world can hold you back more than you can hold yourself back, and that's the truth. Okay, by reevaluating our actions and becoming more proactive to prevent issues, we stop the need to constantly be needing to be reactive to adverse effects in our lives. All right, my final thoughts: find your why. If there's one thing I can impress upon you the most, it's find your why. What drives you to get out of bed in the morning? What drives you to do a better job at work, or to be a better person, a husband, a father, a wife? Before I was married, I didn't have any drive for any one thing in my life. I was wandering around aimlessly. I was doing dumb things, but I had really no reason to want to be successful. I had really no reason to want to move forward. When you're young, you don't think about these things. You are kind of just still trying to figure out what you want with your life. Some of us still well into our 30s and 40s are still trying to figure out what we want with our lives. You know, you have to look for that shift. You got to look for that why, that thing that's going to drive you. I had a shift in my drive and how I look at the world when I look at my wife and my two kids. I think about what type of example I'm setting for them, or how my wife drives me to be a better man, or how my aspirations to be a better leader, a better mentor, or a successful business owner, or be a better speaker. There's so many different goals that I have in my life and those aspirations that I have. And when I see my family, I find my why. And I'm not saying that your situation or reason needs to be the same as mine, but when we have those things that drive us, you know, you got to seize it, and you got to find out what yours is, and then just shoot for your goals. Okay. I want to thank you all for your time today. And I ask that if you like the workshop and the content, please click the like button and subscribe, and please forward this message to a friend or a family member that needs it. My name is JR. I'll see you next time. Let's continue moving forward, and let's enjoy the journey.